Hello and welcome to Moja Sports. Today, our guest is Halima Nakaayi from Uganda. She is the Women's World 800-meter champion from Doha. So, Halima, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so excited to be part of this show. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us something about yourself? Can you give us a brief story about yourself? We know that the part of the athletics here, but can you take us back and explain to us a little bit about yourself?
I'm called Nakaayi Halima. I'm an athlete. I do middle distance runner, and I'm from central part of Uganda, whereby very many used to believe that where I come from, no one can become a great athlete. They used to believe that people in Central, we can't be great athletes. And still, I'm the firstborn in my family. I grew up from Mabila Forest. My village is in Mabila Forest, but as I was growing up, my parents shifted and bought land in the town. So they left me with my grandparents. So by the time I started my schooling, I started deep in the village with my grandparents. But still being a remote village, accessing education was not easy. Because in the village, we used to have a small school for nursery. So the moment I reached in primary 2, there I had to walk 5 miles going to school and 5 coming back. That means a day I could walk 10 miles. But it wasn't me alone. All the children around the village, they used to do that because the school which is there in the village where my parents were born, that's the only school which was there. So by the time I was staying with my grandparents, I started moving that distance, but if you could reach at school late, they used to punish us. And moreover, walking 5 miles, it's a long journey. So during the course of going to school, we used to do some jogging without knowing that I'm mentoring myself to be a great athlete. But still, I had a background of athletes in my family. My mom was an athlete, but just locally. By the time she was studying, doing primary school, she used to do some athletics during schools, interclasses, like that. But she didn't get a chance to go at high levels. And by then, it was very hard to convince people that a lady can do athletics. You get? Because people used to believe the only way someone can be successful in life is through education. That's what people believe. In fact, that's what people believe. Mainly around even in the whole of Uganda, that's what people used to believe. So my mom used to do athletics, but let me hope the noise is not inconvenience. Is there? Let me help the noise from the background. So my mom used to encourage me that I was a great athlete, but my dad used not to support it because my dad could say, no, now you see, your mom claims she was a great athlete, but she's here in my home. Where did athletics take her? Because my mom produced me at a very early age, at around age of 16. So she did get a chance to go very far with her talent. So her talking to me that she had the talent of athletics, Mia said, Mom, I have to challenge you. So the way I started challenging her that if in case I could do any mistake or in case I could do any wrong thing, and I realized I've done something wrong, she has to punish me. I would just start as if I'm running a relay. So even for her, she used to chase me. But when I was around the age of 5, 6, she used to get me so fast. So by the time they left the village, they went to town. There I was staying with the grandparents. So as I told you, I was walking those miles. So by the time I reached 8, 9, during school, primary level, they used to give us a chance. There's that break time whereby they give us an opportunity, everyone to show the talent that you do have. So we used to do interclasses, chasing ourselves within, because we used to say that one person is a rat, another one is a cat. So we could make a circle, then we say, the cat is chasing a rat. If you get the rat, you have to eat it. So the moment I could be the cat, I could eat all the rats, because I could chase whoever I chase, I get that person. So that's the way they started discovering that maybe I can do some athletics. Still, when it was
this was around what age? Around what age did they discover, or did you realize that that you're a good runner, especially when you're chasing the rat?
Around the age of 7, already the talent, there was a sign of there was a sign of being talented in athletics. But people used not to believe it so much, because where I was coming from, there was no any great athlete. They used to believe that athletes, maybe they're coming from northern part of Uganda, and me being a Muganda from central part, they said, no, we can't be athletes, But once they started to give us chances to compete with different schools in running, I was winning. However much I was too small, so people thought I would end at that level. But I can say maybe I was lucky that my school, there's a time they gave us a chance to go to compete with schools within the town in Uganda. So when I went for those competitions, I won. By then I was running longer distance. Everything I had not yet specified. I could do the sprints, I could go for the longer distance, because the school, they had no good athletes. But I was winning everybody, and I got a chance to get a scholarship because of athletics in one of the schools in town. The town is called Mukono, from central part of Uganda.
Okay.
But being deep in the village with my grandparents, and I've got an opportunity I've got a scholarship to go to study in town for free, because for free it was a bursary, when they're catering for everything. So, but my parents at first, they couldn't accept it, because they talked to the head teacher from the school where I was studying from, that we are giving your girl a full bursary so that she can get a chance to study in town, because in town they used to have good standards of education, and they were like, we can help her to develop her talent. So when they spoke to my grandparents, they said, no, maybe those people that are undermining us because we are deep in the village, they think maybe we are failing to take care of you. But for us, we are not failing to take care of you. Halima, we need you to study. When you start running, even you forget the religious side, because I'm from a very strong Muslim family, whereby I'm supposed to be covering my head, I'm supposed to be putting on, the Sharia laws.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to put on the skin tights to go for the training.
Yes.
I have to put on something very big, So the worry to my grandparents were like, I'm going to forget about the religion. Even I won't study. Maybe they thought that sports people are academic failures. That's what they believed. But good enough, the headmaster from my former school, went and met my grandparents with the parents and talked to them that no, this is a golden opportunity for that girl. Because my parents, they had no money to pay the school fees in that good school. So they said, no, don't deny the opportunity for your girl. Give her a chance to go and study. Because for them, they were telling me, let me use this chance to study, not to concentrate on athletics. No, let me use that chance to study. So even getting the requirements, it was not easy to get the requirements for the school. Yet I was not paying the school fees and the uniforms by
But
buying a
still, it was a
suitcase,
struggle to get to the school.
buying sugar. It was a very big problem, whereby very many people in the family, they had to sit so that they can contribute for me some money so that I can go to the school in town. So when I left my village, then I went to the school in town, in Mkono. From I was coming from very remote area. Now I'm going to school whereby I'm sleeping within the school, no walking the other 10 miles, 5 going and 5 coming back. I said, no, Halim, I have always to remember where I come from. I shouldn't forget where I come from.
Yeah.
I have to be determined because fine, my grandparents accepted. My mom accepted to come, but my dad was slighting no, because he thought maybe I won't study, I will be on athletics. So I said, no, I have to be determined that I balance the two. So when I went to Mukono, by then I was around the age of 9. So I was determined. Coming from the village, the standards of education, they were low from the way I was coming from. The level I reached in town, the levels was so high for my classmates. But good enough, I was given extra coaching and the interest was there. So whereby during the holidays, I could not go back in the village to school. Other students have gone back to their homes. I have to stay at school for more extra coaching in order for me to catch up with other students. And my parents accepted that. So during that course of study, they started giving me some trainings. So
Was the
during the
training
weekend,
from the school? The school had athletic coaches or just normal PE teachers? How was the early training? Who was training you?
in fact, we had no specific that we had a specific coach for athletics. It
Yeah.
was just a general games teacher, who would be in charge of all sports activities within the school. But good enough, the games teacher was there. He loved athletics so much because the area he was coming from, people used to run, but still just to run locally. So he told me, no, Halima, we have to do some hill work sessions over the weekends. Maybe sometimes even you can do some road work. You can go for some road work within the school. To me, I didn't know the value of that because I could see in the whole of the school, at first, it was me going for that training. So at first, I could take it as if sometimes it's a punishment. But even I used to cry on some of the training sessions because it could tell me, Halima, climb slope, climb slope. But I had the feeling this is a real punishment for me. Mm. But still, the games teacher could talk to me. No, maybe we are seeing something good in you. If you continue with these training sessions, maybe you'll be someone. Maybe you run good. You perfect on your running. So good enough. When I reached in primary 7, uh, I was given a chance to start attending our national trials. The national trials are being organized by Uganda Athletics Federation in order to discover the talents those people can run. And they use those very national trials to select specific teams. If someone qualifies, you can join the youth team, the junior team, the senior team. So So they started to take me for those trials over the week. Sometimes because they could every month, every after month, they could organize those trials. For us, we call them trials because they check on our level of the fitness. So they used to take me, but I was too small. And by then, they were not more on junior, all of us, they could start us at the same time with the big ladies. But when I started winning some of the very old ladies, there's a way it motivated me. There's a way it motivated me because at first when I went for 400 meters. For sure, I was the last one. I was the last one, but
Yeah, we
in the
will come.
in the big in the big
We will
people.
come. We will come to that part. We will talk about how you went
Yeah.
into 400s and then the
Mm,
transition
mm,
and everything
yeah.
else. Now, what I wanted to ask you is,
Mm,
inspired you? I mean,
mm,
from being this young girl who used to walk this number of kilometers to school and back, and then you have
mm,
come into a city school with an
mm.
athletic scholarship. Was there anything that you could watch those days on TV, or a Ugandan man or woman running and you thinking, aha, one day I would like to be like so and so, or I want to do this thing because I saw so running? Was there anything that inspired you and then pushed you towards athletics?
Uh, in fact, when I joined that school in Mkono, there was the greatest athlete, a lady. By then, she was a little bit mature, but also from Central. But she was one of the popular athletes they used to know, Justin Baiga Justin. Because she used to win during the district level, post primaries, and she had started representing the nation in African competitions.
Okay.
So when my games teacher told me about Justin Baiga, so even me I started saying maybe I have to fight hard. I be like Justin Baiga. She was a sprinter doing 400, 200, and 100 meters. But when they took me for those trials, our national trials, I got a chance to meet her.
Okay.
So when I met her, good enough was speaking the same language. All of us were from Central Parts. Then I tried to ask her, Justin, how can I become a great athlete like you? Because she had no big medal, but she used to represent Uganda.
Yes.
So she told me, Halima, first focus on your studies, but as well as doing the training. Running is all about training. There's no shortcut. But be patient, do what your games teacher tells you to do, and you have be disciplined. Everything will work out.
Now, was your family supportive of your running at this stage now? You have come, you are trying to go to the trials for Uganda. There is prospect here. I mean, what is the family thinking on the dinner tables when they sit? What are they still saying?
Uh, the family, for them, what they wanted from me is to study. You know, they told me, however much you're running for us, what we want from you is to study. That's the only way you'll be successful in life. And that's the only way you will change even on our lives. But to
Just to
me, I was
get on
like,
with the education.
I have to use both my talent and academics to change the life of my family. You get?
Yeah.
So I can't say that they were so supportive, but because every time I could go for the competition, maybe I could ask the head teacher, could you please help me with the phone? I call my mom. So I used to tell her, my mom, mommy, we are having a competition. So she could tell me, fine, Arima, I wish you the best, but don't forget to study. Mm? Don't forget to study. So my mom, she was a little bit supportive on running, but my dad, fine now, is a proud dad right now, but it took time for him to believe that athletics can take me somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Now,
Mm.
I mean, from from younger age, you represented Uganda. So from what you're saying, you are going for trials. So you must have won the trials for the 2011 youth championships that were being held in France.
Yeah.
What was your experience? Now, a young girl, how old were you then?
By the time I won the Commonwealth Games, it was in Isle of Man. By then I was around the age of 17.
Yeah.
17, but before that, I started by the time I was still in primary level at around the age of 13. They could give me a chance to travel with a senior team in East African countries. So I used to travel with the senior team because they had no a girl who could fill the leader team. So I was the one who could make the first girl to run the leader. So I used to run leg 2. So at around the age of 13.
Yeah. So when you won these Commonwealth Youth Games in around 2012, you were running 400 meters. Yes?
Yes, but by then I decided to do some 8 in 2010. That's the first time I got my first trip to go to board a plane. Youth Olympics in Singapore.
Okay.
So they first gave me competition in Khartoum. By then I was doing 400, so I traveled in Khartoum in 2010. By then I missed to get a bronze. I finished number 4, but we were tying in position 3. So they gave bronze medal to the Ethiopian African Games.
Yeah.
And I went to Singapore for the Youth Olympics. So the life in Singapore, even being in an Olympic village, I never wanted to miss that moment again.
Yeah, that's what I want to find out. I mean, your experience, a young girl representing your country, you have traveled out, and what experience did you come out with that particular experience? Is there anything that told you, yes, this is the way I want to go, or this is the career I want to take now, or something?
There is a way it developed my confidence that no, Halima, this is where you are supposed to be. And it taught me that fight hard in order not to miss the team again, to make the national team for Team Uganda. Because me boarding a plane in my family, find my grandfather is Haji. That means he has ever boarded a plane to go to Mecca, to make a hijrah.
Yeah.
Is the only person who had ever boarded a plane. So I was the second person to board a plane, moreover at a young age. So
what an achievement.
Even I received some little allowance, but not being from a family whereby even money is a problem. And I came back home with some money. It was not much. It was less than $50. It was less than $50. But to me, having something into my pocket, it was a great thing because my dream was to change the life of my family. So that first allowance that I got, I had to request from school. I rushed to my mom. I told her, no, I've got this money. It was first $35. They paid us in dollars, $35.
Yeah. Okay.
So I went to her, but even to her, she couldn't understand the money because a dollar, she had never seen on the dollar. Even me, I didn't know the dollar, but they paid us in dollars, $35. So she was like, no, Halima, how much money is this, So it was a party at home. It was a party for me to go back with something at home. So that's how my family started supporting me.
Yeah. Okay. Over the years, you took part in quite a number of competitions. So you were in coaching terms, I mean, we say you are 400, 800-meter runner. Means originally you have done a lot of 400s. You used to do 400s, but eventually you succeeded in the 8s. When did you realize that you are better at 800 than a 400-meter runner?
When I had finished my high school.
Yeah.
So when I finished high school during the vacation, I got a chance to join Coach Rafael Kasajja. There's a coach in Central Part. He's a coach for middle distance runner. He's called Rafael Kasajja. So the group he was coaching, there were people from Central Part, but most of them, they were middle distance runners. So when I joined him, fine, I was a sprinter, but he started giving us the same workouts.
As a middle distance?
When I was struggling, yeah, as a middle distance, because the whole group, it was for middle distance runners. Fine, I used to struggle a lot to finish up the training programs, but as time went on, I said, no, maybe I have to fight to keep on reducing the gap, because they used to leave me a bigger gap. Could it be a day for a road work? I could run, then I reach somewhere, I could just ask people, have you seen athletes passing here? Because I could not trace where they have passed.
Yes,
you know?
Because from 400, you can imagine to middle distance runners.
Yeah, but still it didn't put me down, however much they were leaving me a bigger gap. I was looking for the way of perfecting myself, a way of reducing that gap they used to leave me. So that's the time I joined Negesa Annette.
So, I mean, your transition from 400 to 800, was it something, was it accidental? Just the coach wanted to do this, or you had to sit and then think, you know what, because you can run this time in 400, so if you move to 800, you can, you know, if you improve your endurance, you can become a good 800-meter runner, or what was it? Just by accident, after training with these middle distance runners, you realize you're good?
No, it wasn't by accident, but you know, the more you keep on associating with different people, we keep on learning more and more. So, but I was doing sprints because the people used to believe that we Baganda, we can only be sprinters. Our muscle fibers, they can't do longer distance. You get?
Yes.
But when I started associating with them, with the Negesa Annette, Musagara Ronald, they said no, but Halima, according to the height you have, and even the level of sprints in Africa here, you have no future in 400. You know?
Yes.
You don't have future. Your future in 400, no, it's not so bright. So the better you try to do 800 meters, and we see, you know. But it wasn't an easy task. It wasn't easy. But since the people I was with, they were determined people, and I had to fit in also, because I wanted to be also a great athlete. So every time I could consult from them that as I ran this distance, I felt the lactic. How am I going to perfect myself? You know?
So
I think the people I associated with, they determined it more.
Okay.
To what I am today, especially Negesa Annette.
Yeah, okay, Negesa, can you tell us a little bit about your association with Negesa and how much influence she had in your transition from being a 400 to 800-meter runner?
Negesa Annette was an African champion in Maputo. She won a gold medal in 800 meters. But by the time I joined her, she had not that gold medal. But we had our local manager. Me, after going to Singapore, there's a team manager I went with. Was called late Godfrey Nwagaba. I don't know whether you are following Ugandan sports. You would have been knowing him.
Okay.
He was our local manager. Is late Godfrey Nwagaba. He died a few years ago. We were lacking training. If you can do more training, you're a good athlete. So what he did, by then I was in my vacation for senior four. I was in vacation, so I had more time to do the training. So what he told me, no, let me rent for you and Negesa, a certain place. It's called like lodge. It's a lodge where people do sleep. It's a lodge. So every day he was paying for accommodation. He said, but I have to get for you a coach who will be giving you the training program, and I have to pay for you money from the restaurant so that you have more time on training, so that the whole mind you concentrate on the training and we see how things will move. So he paid for our accommodation, and he said to be your pacemaker. The two of us, me and Negesa, and it. Because Negesa was having the Maputo All African Games, and me, I was having Commonwealth Games in Isle of Man in UK. So we concentrated on training. So by that time I was staying with Negesa, I learned a lot because we were just training, eating, sleeping. And both of us that year, we won gold medals.
Oh, very good. Now
Yeah.
coming to your senior career, I mean, on the world stage, apart from the Commonwealth, you took part in London 2012. And London 2012?
2017 in London.
did you take part in the in London 2012 Olympics?
No.
Okay.
2012 I was still in junior. 2012
World Junior
I was in Barcelona.
in Spain, yeah?
Yeah, I was in Barcelona for World Junior.
Yeah, okay. Now,
yes,
from the African Games to the Rio 2020, you took part in the Rio Olympics in 2016. African Games. And what did you take from those particular two events? What did you take from those two events that you took part? You were an 800-meter runner. One of them you finished in the African Games, you finished overall 10th, running 2:04. And the Rio Olympics, you finished in the semifinals, running 2 minutes. So what did you come off? What did you get from those championships as an 800-meter runner, as an athlete who is developing? Was this you thinking, aha, now I can move to the next level? Or you thinking, okay, I didn't do probably as well as I thought? So what were your thoughts after these particular games?
In fact, when I started doing 800, I loved it more and more. And even having joined, by then I had joined already university.
Yeah.
And the university, it was not so stressing like the time I was in high school. So during the university, we had a group of strong athletes. Because that group of Negesa, Musaga, Ronald, all of us were in the same university. So always training was fun. So by the time, in fact, I made history because qualifying Rio Olympics, it shocked very many from our local, those trials that I told you. qualified from.
You are just slightly cutting off from that part where you said
And
trying to
in
qualify
fact,
for Rio Olympics.
yeah, in fact, to qualify for Rio Olympics, I made history because I qualified from our local trials, the one I've been talking about, and I qualified today, and tomorrow they were closing the entries, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, it shocked very many because I remember even the time I ran, it was a 201
Yeah.
0. It made me to qualify. It was my first year team, you know.
Okay.
So when I qualified, so there were more attention on me because by then I was in my last year at the university, but I think by then I was almost sitting for my final exams at the university.
Yeah. Now tell me something
But still, I
about.
had some time to concentrate on training.
Yeah, Halima. Now I want to ask you a little bit about education. You have had a very successful career. You have a university degree, and you are training and competing throughout this. I mean, we have a lot of African athletes who find they have no time for education. They either concentrate more on running and miss out on education, or they will say, I will concentrate on education. I have no time for running. Can you give us a little bit about how did you manage to balance these two aspects of your life, education and competing at the highest level and pursuing a university degree in one of the local universities in Uganda?
Uh, I was taking education as my first priority, you know, since throughout I was using my talent to attain my education. So I knew it was a golden opportunity for me because the family where I come from, they couldn't raise that money to pay for my education. So I say to myself, I have to do the right thing at the right time. So I have to balance the two. If it was time for academics, I could give in all the best because me, I'm among the students who used to take sleepless nights revising. And the way I had timetabled myself, if it was time for training, so I could go for training, and I mean training. If it's time for class, I have to be in class, you know. And also knowing where I come from, that I need to change the life of my family. I have to disappoint people who says that the sports people are academic failures. I needed to be exemplary to the sports people, that we are bright. We have time to balance the two, you know. It made me to work hard very in life.
What is people's perception about girls doing sports in Uganda? What do people think about girls running, playing football, basketball?
Oh my God. Uh, anyway, I'm happy now people are trying to advance, but still we do training under insults, you know?
Yeah.
People are insulting, you know? Which man will marry you? You have muscles, you are full of muscles, you are too hard, you know?
Yes.
People always speak very funny things to put you down, you know? Because they think if you are a girl and you are doing sports, you are jumping. Sorry. If because you know sport, we are jumping, we are running. Say no, there you are not respected. You are losing respect. How can a girl jump? How can you raise your leg? You open your leg. You stride. You know,
Yes.
there's certain negativity people used to put. You know, but after seeing us, when life is changing, when when we've become people responsible in the world, when you've changed our lives, even to lives of very many, at least they're a little bit advancing, but people used to be so negative. A lady running, a
Yes?
lady doing football, you
No.
have muscles, who will marry you? Hmm? You know?
Yeah. But you
People
girls
used to be
now,
negative,
you
but
and
that's why
Nyanyondo,
I was working hard to get a platform. Hello?
yeah, go on. I'm listening to
Hello?
you. Yeah, go on. I'm working hard to get a platform to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you very well. Yeah, go on.
Oh. You know, all along I've been looking for the platform
Yes.
to show people that girls, we need equal opportunities like the way boys are. What boys can do, we can do as well. You get? Because very many people here, they used to believe that ladies, we are supposed to be in the kitchen, taking care of the homes, you know, cooking. A
Yes.
lady, you are not supposed to come out to express that, please, I can do this and this, you know? Even if when you try your best, you've done everything, you try to say that, please, I can do this. No. At least a man tries to put you down. But I'm happy now. Ladies, we are advancing, you know?
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the
Even
world. We
on the side
support
of sports, people use,
we support ladies in sports.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What did you
Thank
study
you.
in the university?
Uh, I did a bachelor's degree in computer science and information technology.
Okay, okay, thank you. Now let's come back to a
Mm.
little bit of running.
Mm. Yeah.
This is now from after the Olympics in 2016.
Mm.
Now your progression from 2016 to, let's say, as you prepare to the World Championships in Doha,
Mm.
what was the preparation? What changes have you done? I mean, what was in your mind? You went to the World Championships in London in 2017. You ran a good time. You ran 2:01 and finished 19th, finished in the semifinals. So what was your thoughts now going forward towards the World Championships, knowing that, you know, there was a World Championships coming? What preparations have you had in place? What was it about?
In fact, after stopping on semifinals in Rio, there's a way to open my mind that I'm a great athlete. In Isle of Man, what? But still, the confidence was not. I had reached Rio. I stopped on semifinal. It showed me that if I'm to concentrate on my talent, I have the potential to become the world champion. To become enough, I was under a good management. I'm working with global sports communication, you know.
Yeah.
After competing in Rio, I was given a chance to run a race in Netherlands. In fact, I did 2 races in Netherlands, just at professional level. So one I became the second, another one I became the third. And I earned some money, you know.
Yeah.
So there is a way it showed me that if I concentrate, I am a great athlete. Yeah. So, but the 2019, in fact, it was not a perfect year for me by the time I was starting the season.
Yeah.
Because I started the season with an injury, you know. Yet the foundation is, the preparation is very important, you know. But I started with the season with an injury for something like maybe 3 months.
Okay.
But still, I was under good care, you know. under good care. So by the time I became fine, I got a good preparation and good enough. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask, I mean, about what setup do you have, and what is a typical athletics day or athletics week in preparation when you are preparing for the World Championships, for example? What could be a typical week for you? What do you do in the week, and what setup did you have?
In fact, we having coaches who plan for what we are supposed to do. You
Yeah.
know, fine as we are running. Of course, you realize where your weakness is, and you have to work upon it. So we always sit down with our coaches and we discuss where the weakness is, which area should we tackle, and where should we work more, give more attention in order to become a great athlete. So whereby we need endurance training, power training, stability, speed endurance, speed. So it's a lot. So to become a great athlete, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice everything. Whereby even you can forget about the things of visiting, what, because most of the times we're in training camps.
Yeah.
Month to month, we're in training camps, thinking about running, eating, sleeping.
Yeah.
So you have to sacrifice everything in order to become a great athlete. But
Okay.
once your mind is divided, you
Yes.
can't make it. Once the mind is divided, no way.
Yeah. Okay. Now coming into Doha, I mean, what was the expectation of the Ugandan camp? What were they expecting of you? What were you talking about? I mean, we go to major championships. Sometimes we tell our athletes, you know what? If you get to the semifinals, you have done very well. If you go to the finals, you have done very well. And sometimes you tell them, aha, the fact that you have qualified to be here is a very good achievement. But others will go and say, okay, let's go for a medal. So what was the conversation in the camp with your coaches, with your management coming into Doha? What were their expectations of you?
Of course, this time our mentality had changed because we were doing our we did our final preparations from Netherlands.
Yeah.
So all along, I could say I'm targeting to reach finals.
Yeah.
And most of the times I was missing finals because I could say I'm targeting to reach finals. And I could say stop on semifinals. So this time I trained my mind. I need a gold medal.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So we trained our mind that we need a gold medal.
Okay, very good. Now we have your race here, and I would like you probably just to talk us through and tell us what was in your mind at that time in various stages of this particular race, and tell us eventually if I mean winning a world championship medal or a world championship race is something very big, but we want to hear from you. Did you execute the perfect race in that particular race? What do you think about it?
What I can say, it was my day.
Yes, let's watch this particular race now.
Okay.
Yeah, now what is going in your mind there? The commentator is saying that you are the fastest qualifier in that race. And here you are, your main was to get to the final. You are in the final. The final is supposed to get on in the next few minutes. What is going through your mind?
Ooh. Oh, at that moment, for sure.
Yes.
I was like, this is my day to market myself, to market Uganda. And this is the only time I have to change my life or not to change my life.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah. But at that moment, for sure, you're just thinking about the finishing line,
Yeah.
As I'm there, it's a crazy moment for sure. It's a crazy moment.
Yeah. A lot of thoughts going through your mind.
Yeah, but from there,
yes,
as I'm at the starting point, fine. You can't think a lot. You just have to say, I have to be mentally smart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just talk us through this race and what is in your mind and what's happening and all this thing. Let's just give us a commentary of the race. Yeah, tell us what's happening.
Of course, it was my first final at the biggest meet, and most of my competitors, they have good times compared to mine. They are really good,
Yeah.
They are really good,
Yes.
But what I believe, each competition is different. Each race is different.
Yes.
And what I believe, all of us, we have two legs, and if you've prepared well and you are
Yes.
fit and you are mentally fit, I knew everyone could win a race from there, because
Yes.
competitions are different.
Yeah.
You might enter the race, the body refuses to respond, So I was like, whoever will be, I was like, I'm targeting a gold medal.
Yeah.
But of course, you don't know what your competitor is doing,
Was
You
that
just
your
have to have
target?
that.
A gold medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to believe in yourself. To believe in yourself that I can do it.
So what part of this race did you think that you can win? Was there any part of the race, as the race was developing, then you think all of a sudden, or as an athlete, okay, you know what? I have a chance of winning this race if I keep it together, or if I kick, or I do this thing. Was there any time such a thoughts were in your mind?
Yeah, of course, as we are running, we know how our body is responding.
Yeah.
In fact, when I finished the 600 meters, when I still feel strong,
yeah,
I knew I'm ready to battle with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, I think this was the decisive point where you made the choice to go here.
Yeah.
This is where I think
yeah.
What was going through your head? Going through there now. There you go.
The moment I entered in the last 100 meter,
yes,
I knew it was my time to give in everything. To give in everything without reserving anything.
Yeah. So
without looking at the finishing line.
You are crying, you are waving, you are doing everything. Do you really remember what was in your mind? Do you remember why you are doing some of these actions? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I do. But it was one of my best moments in life,
Yes. And
because previously I told my sister Winnie,
yes.
even if the results comes out when they're not so good, we have to dance our traditional dance, because
Okay.
there's no any Ugandan lady who has ever
Has
reached
ever
where we
won a
are,
world championship 800?
even if we're reaching our finals,
Yeah.
So it was my craziest moment for sure. It was so amazing.
Yeah. Are you good friends with Nyanyondo?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. There you go. There you go.
Mm. uh, I wanted to bring out our traditional dance,
Yes.
but the happiness was too much. The joy was too much. I didn't know what to do. Fine, I want to show the world our traditional dance, that even people, no matter where you come from, you can be
Yeah.
someone in God. But I didn't know how to express it. You know? Mm. Mm.
Very good. Very good. I mean, I can't get tired of watching that clip. I always watch it and enjoy it. And, I have always wished that I could meet Halima Nakaayi some places.
Mm.
Now,
Mm.
let me ask you,
Yeah.
getting out of that,
Mm. Mm.
going from there now, you are a world champion.
Mm.
Now, what's the next target?
Ah, whew. Of course, Olympics is one of the biggest dream to every sportsman.
Yes. And women?
Becoming an Olympic champion, it's one of the greatest dream to most of we the sportsmen.
Yes.
And this is an Olympic year. Mm.
Yes.
So I'm just doing the right things that I have to do,
Okay.
and I'll give in my best.
Is your training going on well without injury or anything? You
Sorry
have
about
no
that.
injury. The training is going on well. This is Olympic year. We are preparing for the
Mm.
Olympic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, coming out of, what's your expectation at the Olympics then? What do you expect? A repeat of another gold medal for Uganda? Yes.
Of course, that one has to be the first target.
Yeah.
But I'll give in my best that I could. I can't
Okay.
give in more than my best.
Okay.
I
Good.
can't,
Good. Now,
yeah.
Halima, thank you very much for your time. I still have
Yeah,
some
welcome.
few questions that I want to ask, and you can just enlighten us about it. Your faith, you are a Muslim girl
Yes.
running at the world stage, competing at the highest level in track and field.
Mm.
What challenges do you get? What are the challenges?
Ooh. Being a Muslim lady, our dressing code, I'm supposed to be in Sharia, you know. Our dresses, the dressing code.
Yes.
But fine, I'm proud to be a Muslim, and I
Yeah.
love my religion. Only that I can't train when I'm putting on a Sharia, you know. So it was a little bit uncomfortable for me, but still I sat down with my family. We talked about it. They say I'll never run away from my religion. I'm proud to be a Muslim.
Yeah.
I'll be doing the 5 daily prayers, because the religion, it's it is in me inside,
Yes.
Fine, I put on my skin tights to gun run. Fine, I compete in my shorts panties, but it can't remove that I'm Halima. Because Halima, my name Halima, In Arabic, it means the mother to all believers. I'm a believer and I'm proud to be a Muslim. You
MashaAllah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So fine, even during my free time, I can dress like a real Muslim lady to bring out what I am. But the region can't stop us from doing what we can do. You know?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, apart from the athletics, there is Halima Nakaayi Foundation. What is it about? What is this foundation? What do you do? What do you intend to achieve? What's this foundation about?
Mm. Uh, the foundation, it's all about empowering women and children, but it has been a long-term dream, you know.
Yes.
As I told you all along, I've been looking for a platform of showing people that you can be someone in life. It's
Okay.
passion. Apart from cooking, doing housework, we can change the world if we don't tend to sit on our souls, you know. So many ladies tend to see that they are going through hardship, they are being tortured, but they feel it's the end of the day, the end of the world. They can't become someone in life, you know. And mostly my foundation, we are targeting the school dropouts, these girls who produce at early age. There are very many here in Uganda, but most of them, they produce and they feel the world it's the end of their lives. So we encourage them that no, you can become someone. We equip them with different skills, maybe teaching them how to do some weaving activities, or involving them in sports activities, or teaching them how to be open. In case you are going through any hardship situation, please speak up. You never know, someone can come up and help you. Mm. So
Yes.
I and my group, we are trying to sensitize people, to empower them that please, when you have a dream, fight for it.
Do you have,
No matter where you come from, life can change.
Halima, do you have a contact or a Facebook page or a website where anybody who wants to help or work with Halima Foundation can get in touch with?
Yeah, yes, we are having a website.
Okay.
It's, yeah, it's nakaayi.org.
Nakaayi.org.
Maybe I'll share it with you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, nakaayi.org.
Okay. If you
So
share it with us,
yeah.
we can also put a little write-up and then share with anyone else who is interested to support this. Is there, Halima, we are coming to the end of this program. Is there anything else you want to share with us? Is there any person or group of people you want to say thank you to? Is there anything you want to add to this interview?
Uh, First of all, I'm so honored to give me your time to
Yes.
interact with whoever
Yes.
is following us today.
Yeah.
And I thank my management, Global Sports Communication, and I also work with Uganda Wildlife Authority for
Okay.
tourism. It's a tourism organization. We encourage people to come to Uganda, to come and visit. We have a lot of tourist attraction centers. Please come to Uganda. It's
Yeah.
a nice country, and we are friendly people. You
Beautiful
know,
country.
yeah, it's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
So I welcome everyone to Uganda. Whoever wants to visit Uganda, yes, we have a website. You can contact us. Yeah, and we can connect you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So
Mm.
anyone you want to
Otherwise,
thank
I'm
for
so
anything?
grateful for your.
Okay, I normally
Sorry?
have few questions that I want to ask at the end of our interview. Do you have any dream holiday destination?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, where is it and why?
connection is off.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Holiday destination, your favorite holiday destination?
Oh, maybe in America,
In
in the
America.
United States. I've, I've not yet been to United States, but I would love
Okay.
to have an holiday there. I would like.
Any favorite food?
Oh, I love our local food here in Uganda.
What do you call it? It's
There's
not
a way
matoke.
we steam our banana with chicken. There's a way we steam it. We cover it in banana leaves, and
Okay.
it's really good. When you come and visit Uganda,
Yes.
you'll taste it, and I know you'll like it.
Thank you. Okay. Favorite session, is there an indicative session you do probably when you're feeling good or something?
Sorry?
I mean, your favorite session, when you're feeling very good, do you have a specific session that you do, an indicative thing that we call, like you want to run an 800, you run a 300, 600, or, just a 400 to feel? Do you have such a kind of sessions?
Of course, running is my life. If I don't do any training session a day,
Yeah.
it's a very boring day for me. But still, I love when I'm happy or I'm celebrating something. I love to prepare some food and I eat with friends.
Okay. Who's your role model?
Also, sorry?
Who's your role model? Whom do you look after? And you feel one day, I would like to be like Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so.
Oh, I would like to be like Faith Chipiengon. I don't know whether you know her, for 1500-meter runner from Kenya.
Yeah, I know Faith, yes.
She inspires me a lot and I like her so much.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Halima.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. And thank you, everybody, for watching this program. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you too.